Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Well, we know why we did not see Julian and Catfish Christine this week because they done went down to the Walmart and got arrested for shoplifting. So they wasn't in this week's episode, and neither was Pink and Triangle, because we know a couple weeks ago they've been playing cops and robbers. So they ain't on this week's show. But we got a new couple, and we gotta dive in because that child, Bianca, oh my goodness. Hey besties, it's Behind the Shade, and I'm back with another recap of Love After Lockup. Season 5, Episode 34. How mentally stable are you? Man, let's throw some shade and get into this season, get into this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to comment. Okay, besties, we need to go ahead and rate this episode. It was it was entertaining. It's a thumbs up. I think I'm gonna start doing thumbs up, thumbs down because it seemed like I give every show a B or a C. I don't know, but it was kind of like a B minus. Let me know what you think and put your comments down. Let's get into it. Let's start. Let's start with the shortest story of the week, and that would be Letitia and this is Keith. Keith. Now, Letitia, what did the tag on your door from the sheriffs? What was that for? They didn't really get into why they came by, what they wanted. Was it her business, his business? Because don't she have a mugshot too? I think she got into some trouble too. So I'm not sure if it was relative to Keith, but I don't think so because we've never seen that before. But anyway, she's still telling us, honey, that he is getting out any day now. We are on episode 4 of this new season, Letitia. When is the boy getting out? I don't even believe he's getting out. And after today, we know he ain't. So she calls the help desk. So maybe the tag on the door was them. I don't know. I'm trying to put it together, but I'm just kind of confused on why we didn't cover. Was there a number on the tag? I don't know. Cause let's move on. Whew. So she calls the help desk and they ask her, does she have an attorney? Because you need an attorney. Your husband needs an attorney. This girl has a paralegal. A paralegal. Ma'am, girl, let's talk. A paralegal works for the attorney. They do the research. They research the laws and all the clauses and everything. They work under an attorney. I think the only thing a paralegal can do without an attorney is filing an annulment. I think that's about all they can do. Maybe talk about traffic school. I don't know, but they really cannot help you with a case like this. And she'd have found one and it gave him $1,000. But you could go buy yourself an engagement ring or a wedding band, wedding ring, whatever. You could go spend $15,000 on a ring, but you can't spend some real money on an attorney. Yeah, and you wonder why his sister don't fool with you. Uh-huh. You wonder why. You run around here trying to drive Benzes and Audis and Lexuses, whatever you drive, and you trying to still can't get your hair done right. We see where you cut corners. We see where you cut corners, and you wonder why. Uh-huh. So the info on his docket says not applicable, meaning this getting out early don't apply to him. So he's not getting released before his original DOC date. Child. So she mad. She's still trying to ask the lady that works at the jail. She's still trying to ask her questions. And the lady's like, look, ma'am, I can't get into all that. You need to go get you you need some consult. I can only tell you what the computer is telling me. Any of these other questions, you need legal advice. I can only tell you that he ain't getting out any day now. So stop telling people that. Call up his parents. You need to throw another dinner party with some more pizza and have a oh my bad party. Okay? Okay. So she calls the paralegal. He doesn't answer. I wonder why. Maybe he's been locked up. So she, honey, put on her heels, grabbed her purse and her files and her laptop. She about to go pull up on him because he got her messed up, all the way messed up. Okay then, girl. So you guys probably are being replaced by Bianca and Daniel. We may see you on the next Love During Lockup because, baby, you gonna return to Love During Lockup. You can go ahead. Y'all say goodbye, besties. Go and say goodbye to Letitia. She walked out that door. We don't need to see her no more. And now her oldest daughter can have some peace and she can be happy because the boy ain't coming home. And you know what? I wanted to see Keith get out because he looks attractive. I just want to see like he looked tall, attractive with his long locks and handsome. I wanted to see them interact, in real life, in the free world. So I was really looking forward to seeing Keith. The next couple. Let's go and dissect the new folks that replacing Letitia and Keith. We have Bianca and Daniel. Bianca is 23. She's unemployed. She's from Florida, like 45 minutes away from Miami. Daniel is 31, in prison in Arizona. He's the charges are DUI, burglary. He's been in there 4 years. They have been together 8 months and now they are engaged. Huh. So he's about to get out in like 30 days. And so he can't leave Arizona for 90 days after he's released. So she went out to Arizona and got a 4-month rental lease apartment there. So, she can be there when he gets out. Now, if he can't leave after the 90 days, she's decided already that she's just going to move to Arizona because she has to be with him, blah, 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 blah. So she's just telling us how much she has spent already. And she kind of went up to like $7,000, $8,000, but she don't keep up. And I'm sitting here like, sweetheart, in 8 months? Baby, that's $1,000 a month. Why do he need so much money? What are you doing? Is that with travel expenses, with you going back and forth? Like, what's happening? Oh, goodness. And she's very vulnerable. She's very delulu. She's 23 years old, guys. So she's very young and impressionable. So, and also her friend, the girlfriend, says that she is delusional. She was over there at her house watching her pack because she's getting ready to go to Arizona. And a friend says, he has everything to gain and she has everything to lose. Now, 9 months ago, this is her story. She went out drinking with an old friend that she hadn't seen. And, they had been drinking, right? So the girl tells her, I'm going to take you home. This ding dong didn't know that the girl was drunk. And how you didn't know she was drunk? Y'all sitting there at the bar drinking together. You drinking, she drinking. You didn't think it was clearly you were drunk. But how you didn't think she was going to be drunk? I mean, golly. I don't get it. Come on, Bianca, girl, let's talk. If y'all drinking together, how would you not know she was drunk? Y'all both should have took an Uber home. So some kind of way, the drunk friend, they done drove to the airport. Why are y'all at the airport? Never in my life have I ever dropped anybody off to their house and had to go through the airport to get them home. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe they do something different in Florida, but I don't know. So they have this major car accident. So The girl that drove up to the airport ramp smashed into a concrete wall. Bianca broke her neck and fractured her back. She lost her voice for 3 months, had all these surgeries, and now the surgeries have left her with a scar on her neck. So she was asking her friend, "Do it look crazy? Do it look crazy?" And the friend was like, "It look okay. You're fine. It's healing, you know." So this girl, while she's healing, bored out of her mind, in pain, I don't know why getting on a prison website popped in her head. So she gets on a prison website, child, because she wants to write to someone who had a DUI offense just to see if this person could relate to her. Girl, let's talk. Let's talk. How does anyone in prison relate to you? You're not in prison. Your friend was driving drunk and crashed into a wall. Why would you think to go on a prison website to find healing on a prison website? You were supposed to call your doctor and get a referral to a therapist, some kind of group, some AA. That's what you were supposed to do, girl. Go to AA. Because, honey, I think the way Bianca was talking, I think she's an alcoholic. And Daniel going to be in trouble, the good kind that's going to land him back in jail. Daniel's going back because this girl already told us that she ain't going to stop drinking because it ain't her problem. She likes to drink. She going to drink. And I think you shouldn't be drinking because I think you borderline are an alcoholic for you to get in a car with your friend you were drinking with, but you didn't know she was drunk. But y'all was there drinking all night long. But you were drunk because she offered, and I don't know why, but maybe y'all both just as stupid, the blind leading the blind. But I don't know how that entered. I don't know how you got on the website, found Daniel, and now you want to save him because he's healed you. He's helping you heal, and now you want to save him. So she gets in the car. She wants to revisit the airport before she leaves for Arizona. Why? I don't know. But we're talking about Bianca. So she wants to go back to the ramp where it all started. So she shows us where the accident happened. Oh, yeah, it looks terrifying because it's an airport full of cement walls. Yeah. And then the girl has a panic attack. Production got to roll the windows down, give us turn the air on. Do you want some water? Do you need a towel? Do we need to call the ambulance? Do you, child? What is happening? So she tells us that she got a settlement. She can't tell us how much she got, but she told Daniel how much she has. And he knows that it's for their future because they're going to buy a house and ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. You know, that's the kind of Delulu Bianca's on. So she's told us she's comfortable not working. And clearly she's comfortable because she's picking up and moving to Arizona. So yeah, she got a nice coin. And then you're going in 30 days. If you in jail, it's been 8 months and you didn't already got $7,000 or $8,000 out of this girl. Can you imagine what's gonna happen when he gets out in a month? He gonna run through her money. He gonna go back to jail, and she gonna end up going to jail too. But she's gonna be broke. Bianca. So he hasn't called her when he was supposed to because she told him to call her at 12 because she wanted to talk to him while she's revisiting the airport ramp. And he doesn't call for like 3 hours. So he finally calls, and she's with her good Judy, Andreas. And she is going off in her little way, her little delusional way of going off on somebody. Where were you? I told you to call me at 12. Blah, blah, blah. He's telling her he was in a class. In a class? Okay. blah, 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 blah. And so the friend wants to talk to him. So he's like, yeah, put him on. So he's all, you gonna go to the halfway house because you know you got to stay at the halfway house because if you don't stay in the halfway house, they're gonna end up putting you back in jail. Daniel's like, no, I'm not doing that. We are different people and we all live by different rules and we see life differently, don't we? And it's like, huh? Okay. You gonna take care of my friend Bianca? Oh yeah, that's my princess. Of course I'm gonna take care of her. It was just like a real okay. And so he gives her the phone back. And so in the confessional, her good Judy tells us, oh, he's so disrespectful and he's a beep hole. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have came at him like that. He don't know you from a can of paint, and you try to tell him what to do. You try to boss up on him, but you soft, and he can hear it through the phone, and he wasn't phased by you. Next time, put some bass in your voice, good Judy. Ugh. So she calls his mom, or the mom calls her, whatever. And so they're talking, hey, she's like, you ready? You pack, you going out there? And she's like, yeah. And so moms are just like, you need to, he needs to focus on his sobriety because he will drink again. And then that will lead him to get back on drugs again. This boy, Daniel, has been in and out of prison. It sounds like all his life. So then the daddy, she said, talk to his dad. So then the daddy gets on the phone, and that's the title of this episode. Dad gets on the phone and was like, hey, how are you? How mentally stable are you? She was offended. She should have been offended. But you need to, that was a red flag, honey. Even the daddy thinks you're crazy. Okay? His daddy thinks you are nuts to be messing with this boy. You done found him on a website. You got all this money. You finna go out there and get your apartment, get an apartment for him. You just, no. Yeah. Even Pops is like, you're crazy. But go ahead, girl, go. So the mama like, give me the phone back. So that was that on that, child. So we got the newcomers, Bianca. If she's 23, he's 31. So he's definitely going to use her. Okay, who else we got? Let's go to Kim and Joey. Let me take my time because, baby, these people, I swear, these people. It's something about Kim. Now, she just as crazy as she want to be, but her storytelling is epic. Her storytelling, I could listen. She should do audio book, like voices for audio books. Like I could listen to Kim's voice, just how she tells stories. You just be like, wow, you're just so stupid. Oh, you're such a, Anyway, okay, let's get into it. So, hold on, y'all, because my notes I had to. Okay, so they go eat. They got out of jail. He got out of jail, so they go eat. He wants wings and a burger and all this. And I think she got a chicken sandwich or something like that. And so they were just talking about their past. And so Kim was with her ex, I guess the youngest boy's dad, who she had married. So when she was with him, she cheated. She was cheating with Joey, and then she got pregnant. And I don't know if she was keeping score or the dates in her little journal. So she figured that the ex was the baby daddy. So she went back to him, and then they got married. But then he started cheating on her because he probably heard that she was cheating on him with Joey. And so they got divorced because she was tired of him cheating. So she went back to Joey, and I guess that's probably why they hung out a little bit. Then he went to jail, whatever. So Joey really believes that that ex is the one who sent him those messages from an Ashley when he was in jail. But honey, I'm looking at Joey and I'm like, yeah, you may have a point there because it has to be somebody that don't want them together. And he the only one that would have smoke for Kim. So they head back to the cabin. And they getting ready. He kind of capping on the cap, like, "Oh, this is little." This, that, and half. So they getting ready to have a wonderful night together. And so the next morning, they both say that it was the togetherness was awesome. Awesome. And so Kim says no one has ever made her feel this way. It's just something he does, and it's just bomb, bomb, bomb. And I'm like, well, since y'all telling us all the stuff, what did he do, Kim? What did he do? Like, give us the details. Shoot, you got folks telling us the size and the woo wop and the sex. We got toys and tell us what he did. So he talking about he think that they got pregnant last night the way they was getting down, and he was saying how he want girls because she got two boys and he don't have kids. And so I'm sitting here looking like, child, y'all need to go get a DNA test on that younger son, because honey, that might be Joey's kid. I'm just saying that might be Joey's kid. And so on the way home, because I believe it seems like Joey got out like 2 days before Christmas, maybe. So he wanted to stop and get get some gifts for the kids, not necessarily for Christmas, but he said from Joey. But he had the lady at the store gift wrap the stuff, but then he did have a white bag also. So anyway, he stops. They find a toy store on the side of the road. He tells her he don't want her to come in. He want to go shopping and pick stuff out on his own. And I like that for him. Like, a little independence, but he didn't want her yapping in his ear and trying to tell her what to do. So, he tried to boss up, trying to man up. And so oh yeah, so he goes into the store, but he needs her card, of course. So he come out all these bags and boxes and all these gift wrap boxes, and he's all excited. He like open up the trunk, and she's like, they get in the car, so she's like, okay, that's wow. What did you do? How much did you spend? And so he came out with a lot. So he said, oh, $318. And she's telling us what she should have told him. I am a single mother. I am a teacher's assistant. I only make $15 an hour, and I can't afford that kind of expense. Yeah, you should have told him that before he went into the store with your card. And so she talking about, well, she wants him to be able to pay all the bills in about 6 months. I almost didn't even catch that, but I was paying close attention because I told you how she just tells the story. She's captivating. So she said she wanted him to be able to take care of everything in 6 months. So Joey, you got 6 months because, honey, Kim said, we don't sell dope. I'm like, you're telling us that, but you need to be telling Joey that. Tell Joey that you're a single mother. You only making $15 an hour as a teacher's assistant, and we don't sell dope. And I want you to be working and taking care of all the bills in 6 months. Tell him that. Okay, so they head on to the house. The kids are with her mom. They wasn't even at home when they got back. So it's Christmas time. So she got the Christmas tree, woo, woo, woo. And then his mom and her kids show up. The kids run to her. They're happy to see her. And the mom is happy to see Joey. And she said, her Christmas is done. This made is perfect. This made her Christmas. Her son is home again. And so the mother leaves because she's like, they need their family time. And so, honey, the whole family puts on matching pajamas for Christmas, honey. The two boys, Kim and Joey, they got on their matching pajamas. They got the cookies. They're putting the milk out for Santa. And they just had a wonderful night. And that was so cute. But, okay, let's get a DNA test, y'all, because that little boy, he might be Joey's. Okay, let's go to Zaria and Troy. Now, honey, boom. So we learned that Troy absolutely has a humongous pole. We understand that she is happy, she is satisfied, she's all smiles, she is not worried anymore because he is packing, packing, packing. And I just feel so uncomfortable with knowing that. So anyway, um, she was like, "But you used to say it was small," and he was like, "I was trying to throw you off." Blah 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 blah. And so my question is, because girl, let's talk. How do you marry an inmate and let him adopt your son, and you never slept with him? I'm just saying, like, this is so out of order. How did you do all this? And then, so this is the next morning. They're still at the hotel getting ready to leave. And she just hits him with her plans that she has for him for the day. Oh, check this out, babe. I plan for you to go pick your estranged mom up, the lady who abandoned you at 2 or 3 years old. Yeah, go pick her up from the train station and bring her to our house for a visit because she's going to spend the night. What? This is the woman who never visited him while he was in jail. What? He was in prison, I think, 7 years. What? So all out the blue, Miss Girl feels like there was nobody there from his side of the family or a friend when he got out to, greet him when he got out of jail. And so he's like, yeah, okay. Because his dad, who helped raise him, was his aunt and his dad, he passed away. So when he was, so like I said, when he was 2 or 3, moms dropped him off at her friend's house, honey, and she never came back. So he's just like, he has never experienced a mother's love and he wants to. And so when he's telling her about these plans, to me, it seems like maybe they've talked about this before. Maybe he wants to kind of reach out, but I don't think he wanted to do it on day 2 of him being newly released. And I think she just kind of put it together because to me, if he didn't want that, it seemed like it would have triggered him harder and he would have been mad. Like I just needed him to be, so since he wasn't mad at her for doing this, because he kind of was like going with it, like he kind of, of course he was like, this is a little too much too fast, but he wasn't mad about the idea. He wasn't mad about it. Like I know people who don't fool with their parents. And I think if I would have done something like that to them, they would be mad, big mad at me. So I'm just thinking in my mind, just put that in there. I'm just thinking that maybe they have talked about this because he wasn't as mad as he should be, in my opinion. You can place yours. Don't come for mine. Okay? Yes, because I'm your bestie and you're mine. Okay, so he's never had the mother's love. So, child, the friend put him in a foster care. So he did that. And then his aunt and his dad raised him. And so he's letting Zaria know that, I don't want to deal with her this soon. But, he was like, okay. So he was okay with picking the mom up. But when she told him, oh, spending the night, he was like, oh, no, 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 no. Now you put too much on me. Like, because from his past, he knows he can't be around her for too long because it seems like she's unstable and she just feisty and say whatever she wants. So it's like you can't be around her for a long time. And even Zaria has a rocky relationship with her. So now the lady's staying with him. So now she tells him that she wants them to heal because, how can you have a good relationship with other women in your life? Girl, let's talk. You've been married to this man how long? 2 or 3 years, I believe. 3 years you've been married. So that means you've been dealing with him longer. You guys seem to have a beautiful relationship. Your mother loves him. So you can have good relationships with other women in your life, even without your mother's love. It is possible. It looks like that's what he's been doing with you. You didn't got him to adopt your child. He married you. He told you to get divorced, and you did. Looks like his movie look like he can. I think he can. He hugged your sister. He want her out, but he hugged her. So no, I don't think you would have married him if he wasn't treating you right, right? Girl, I think you should have left this alone. I'm not even ready for all this. You should have left this alone. You dipping, you doing too much. Stop being his mama. You be his wife and stop trying to be his mother. Um, and what else was I was gonna say? Oh, and I believe I heard that Zaria is adopted. So you don't even have your biological mother. You're moving on. You moved on. You got a beautiful adopted mom who loves you and father and sister, and you moved on. Like, why are you saying this? Where are you getting this from? The church? Like, what's happening? So they get home and he gets to finally meet her son. And that little boy was so excited, child, to see Troy. He just jumping all over him, dancing. I was like, oh my God, is he dancing or do he have a Holy Spirit? Because you know he a church boy with his grandparents being pastors. And he just a dancer. He can't stop dancing. But I was like, is this his way of shouting? I think he had the Holy Ghost. Go boy, go boy, go boy, go boy. So Troy meets her sister, they hug, and so I'm looking at the apartment, and you know it's tight in there. It's small, it's a whole bunch of little rooms, but it's small. And I'm sitting here like you got you, him, your son, your sister, and you finna let the mother come over and spend the night. Okay, so clearly we learned that she's about to send the boy to her parents' house, and I guess the sister has to leave and go to her man house because it ain't no room. There's just no room. So she pulls Troy into her bedroom and hands him a gift bag because they got gifts for the son, and she wants Troy to hand it to him. So he does, and the baby, shouting again. And they look at the toys, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna put these together later." I think maybe one was a puzzle or something like that. And so she's in the kitchen talking to her sister, and she's telling her that it's very good. We don't have to go get surgery. Like the pole is polling. It was good. Daddy is packing, 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 packing. Okay, so he go get his mom, pick his mom up from the train station, and she's there. She look like, where he at? Like, girl. So it's like, hi, mom, hi, baby. They hugging, they crying, but she was crying. That guilt child, that guilt child. And so he hit it like, so mama, why didn't you come see me when I was in prison? And she just said, I apologize. That alcohol had me in a chokehold, son. She said that alcohol made me. She said I took a fall in that alcohol. I took a fall, and she said I was ugly. I was drunk, and I was fighting all the time. He was like, she even told him, "You remember some of the fights I was having?" No, he don't. So he asked how will the relationship be with his wife. So she was like, "Oh, yeah. If it don't fit, we're not gonna force it. Get to know." But I like what she said. She said, you need to get to know your wife outside of prison. Take your time with her, and do a little change. Go slow. Don't let it blow up, and this, that, and that. So Troy says he sees a little change in his mom, but he don't want to get too excited because he's been hurt. He's been let down before. These kind of relationships are very up and down. And so that was that with that. And she sounded like she gonna be a mess. So good luck, Zaria. Your mother-in-law is on her way, and honey, she wants to see how you're living, how you decorate, and how you put all your stuff together. Okay. Now, let's get into. Did I say the best for last? I think I have. Let's go and talk about, oh goodness, true and lies. Lies and true, otherwise known as Shantae and true. It's so much to unpack with these two. It is just so much to unpack. Whew. It's like the boy only been out 2 days and they have been through 3 years of drama, it seemed like. Okay, let's get into it. It continues from last week. They're in the car when he gets back from the parole officer's her office, and she's not there because they waited too late to get down there. Now remember, Shantae is mad because he's not taking his parole serious. And so, he's just like, I didn't want this to be like feel like a job, talking about the relationship. And so you remember she took her mic off and jumped out the car. So he was like, what was all that about? And she's like, because I feel like I'm dealing with an idiot. And it's like, wow, Shantae, you need to work on your communication. She feels like she's dealing with the 18-year-old that went to jail 13 years ago. And I'm like, exactly, Shantae, you are. He doesn't mature in prison. I mean, you have to want to. It's possible. But you talk to this man all the time. Don't you kind of know what you were getting? Like, it's not a surprise. I mean, I don't understand. It's a lot about this couple I don't understand. But I kind of can see that her stress is just taking over. Like, she just can't even get her thoughts together. Her stress is oozing out of her eyes, out of her dentures, out of her braids, out of that sweater. It's just oozing. So she's worried about money now because they are living on her savings. He don't know that though. That Airbnb, he don't know how much she's paid. Well, you didn't tell him, ma'am. You didn't tell him. So now they're in the bedroom. She's laying in the bed with clothes on. He jumps on the bed with her. After he asked, should he jump? She said no, he did it anyway. See what I'm talking about? He's a kid. And you a big dude. Like, now what if you'd have broke that bed? Anyway, we already know who would have paid for it. So they kind of talking about their relationship. She wants to know if they're still going to stay engaged. Ma'am, what? Girl, let's talk. All the money you has spent on True, baby, you bought him. You need to be calling the shots, not asking him. You the one up in that bought this Airbnb, that drove all this way to get him and bought him everything and sending pictures and doing everything and paying for everything. You call the shots. You don't ask him, are we still engaged? So he was like, he's saying the stuff like he was trying to break up with her, but then he was looking at her. She was sitting there laying on the bed like a bump on a log. And so he's kind of like trying to ask, like, well, we could, like, she like, we're going to be friends. We're going to go together. We exclusive. He was like, well, he said something at first, and then he kind of changed his mind and looked at her and was like, well, I want to stay together. And she was like, exclusively? Like, why are you digging for all this? Well, he's like, well, I want to still see the kids. I want to come to Independence and parole to your house. Well, because he has to come to Independence and parole to your house, Shantae. Your address is on the paperwork. Duh. That's why the mama didn't show up to the jail to come to pick him up. And I can just say this, y'all. Both of their communication sucks. His is better than hers. So she tells him, our communication sucks. You don't listen and you don't compromise. He said, oh, it's a lot going on in his head, which it is. He says he feels like an alien on Earth because he don't have no ID and he can't drive. And I'm like, True, you just got out yesterday. You should have been listening to Kim and them when she was keeping Joey's license current while he was in jail. You should have been, well, you know what? Never mind, because you went in so early. It was 17, 18. You probably didn't even have no license. But I mean, did you have an ID or did you just have a school ID? We don't know, true. So anyway, moving on. He talking about he can't drive. Well, you don't have a license. You just got out. Goodness. So she feels like he doesn't care about her. He doesn't. Maybe a little bit, but he says he does. And she said, well, you know, if you don't listen to me, how can you care about somebody you don't listen to? And it's like, so she's like, I'm good. He's like, you good? I'm good, but we're not good. And it's like, well, tell him and talk to him, Shantae. You talk at him. You don't talk to him. You sitting there clearly got a chip on your shoulder. He keeps asking you what's wrong, and you keep saying nothing, nothing, nothing. And then you're like, are we supposed to be building on something, not arguing? You're right. It's his second day out. Y'all should still be in the bed and getting to know one another that way. You would think y'all would just be, but clearly I'm going to assume he said it was cool, but it must not have been that cool because he keep running out the house. So, honey, I don't know. I ain't never known a guy to love it and keep leaving the house. Weird. And it's just like, and you mad at him because he called you boring and you stay at home too much. And here you are in his hometown. I mean, you sitting up here, you ain't done nothing to spruce yourself up. You spending all this money on him, but you've done nothing to spruce yourself up. You haven't even made plans. I mean, it's day 2, but he's already calling you boring. Y'all ain't even talked about what y'all gonna do this whole week you got this Airbnb. What did you plan on doing, Shantae? Because all you've been doing is laying in the bed. Then you want to complain and say that you didn't see the rooms of this house more than you've seen him. He has been locked up. The boy wants to go outside and get some air. He want to touch grass. He wants the sun to hit him. He want to look up at the sky. Do you understand what being locked up for 13 years could do to you? He trying to be outside, and you should know that. I don't know why you don't know that. I'm sure he said it. Y'all didn't make plans while he was in. You ain't going to no comedy show, a concert, a lounge, a baseball game, a football game, a family function, nothing. Nothing. A park, an amusement park, nothing. Bowling, something. Goodness, what was y'all supposed to do? Sit in the house? I guess Shantae said, we going to be in this house. We going to do this thing. But you act so shy. And I really don't understand this shyness. You just spent all this money on this man. Why are you still so shy? You have bought a Build-A-Man. You bought a Build-A-Man. Go ahead and do what you got to do with your Build-A-Man. You still shy. Don't want to. He know them teeth fake. And what? What? Shantae, it just seemed like you just do something. Get some new glasses. I don't know. Get some better dentures because the way you was laying on that bed, them teeth was, and we could barely hear you. Sound like you got. Shantae, you just ain't. I'm really shocked. And and another thing, true, she's boring and she's always in the house because of you. Now no, and it's just I don't know. She got 2 other kids and some grandkids, so I think she do have been outside sometimes, but she probably in the house a lot because of talking to you all the time. So now you're home and she don't know what to do, so she grabs her phone. I don't know what she in that phone looking at. You can't be on social media. Are you looking for it? I hope she in that phone looking for a job. Because if she's smart, that's what she's doing. Maybe she in there taking you off of her accounts and off a Costco card, off the Sam's Club and taking you off her accounts. Because that's what she should be doing too. But honey, if you in that phone so much, look for a job because you gonna need it. Are you on DMV? Are you trying to get him an appointment to get him a driver's test? Like those are some of the things you should have had planned while you was at this Airbnb for a week. That's some of the stuff that you should have been doing. Go get him a bank account, some jobs, some schooling, some something. I mean, ever since they've been out, you ain't heard nothing about this restaurant. You ain't heard nothing about the restaurant. What happened to the restaurant? I thought they'd at least be in the kitchen cooking. Oh boy. Mm, mm, mm. All of this, and he just got out yesterday. It's been so much drama. Okay, so he caught the engagement off. He wants them to work on their relationship. That's not a bad idea, Shantae. But she's outside crying in her confessional. She's getting herself together. She's crying. She's hurt. She feels let down. She feels used. Well, you put yourself in that position, honey. And his advice to us, honey, was, ladies, visit your dude while he in prison so you can be working on your relationship. I was like, has any other inmate gave us some sound advice? And I agree with True. Go see your man. Work on, get to know him. Why? Because ain't no way a woman with three kids, I think 2 grandkids, why are you so shy with this man? You've been with men. You got 3 children. Girl, what are you shy about? What are you so shy about? Because you don't look like you look on those pictures? You could have. You could have. I'm tired of the braids, Shantae. I'm tired of the braids and the glasses. You ain't got no other pair of glasses. Them the only glasses you own. You don't have no contact lenses. Shantae, you was supposed to be working on your look right before he got out, honey. So y'all could both just be, And you knew he was going to want some. And now you over here acting all. What is the problem? Gee, you don't talk. You don't communicate. Now you got him on the TV telling us what to do if we get an inmate. So he told us, you need to go visit your man. So then he asked her, he asked her, do she love him? And she gonna say, you childish. You see what I'm saying? She don't even know. She can't read the room. The do you love me was supposed to engage with kissing, hugging, foreplay, the desires, the the courtship, courting. You were supposed to, some bang bang time. But no, you over here, you childish. You didn't call him an idiot. You didn't. Now you call him childish. No, you're childish because you don't use your words, Shantae. You're talking at him and calling him names. And women wonder why there's so many DV cases. You have to learn how to communicate or be quiet. I'm serious. Like you get people, you push these men, you're pushing them. So he go to sleep in a whole nother room. Now, see what I'm saying? Now he don't even want to be in here with you. You know what I'm saying? You missed the cute time. You missed it. So now she crying because she feels played. You played yourself. So, goodness gracious. The next day is day 3. Child, I'm so ready to get out this little piece of house with these little narrow stairs, with this little stupid looking bed, with this couch. And I'm tired of him walking out the house every time. So the next morning he calls her to come downstairs, honey. He want to talk. But he got his workout clothes on, honey. He ready to hit the floor. Hit the dough. He about to go. So she come down. He was like, how did you sleep last night? You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying. Like just give him you need a little patience. He's trying. But the stress, Shantae, is your money. And that's why you're dried up a little bit. You're not loose and chilling and having fun. And that's why you're bored because you're uptight. Because your money is funny and you're uptight. Okay? So he's assuring her that they will work out. We all know this is smoke being blown, but he got to secure his house for parole. He got to make sure she cool because he is her investment. He is the builder man. He knows she has bought him, and he said he want to take it slow and they can get to know each other, communicate, and so she's like, okay, that's cool. Where you going? And he was like, my sister is coming to get me. We going to the gym. And so, Shantae is like, she don't trust his family or his sister further than she can throw them. And she can't throw. And also, Shantae, you told us last week that you would be hooking your brothers up with other women too on the sly. You said that. So you already know it's another woman involved. You already know because you put it out there, but you do already know because game recognized game. But then that's why you look so crazy to us. That's why you look so stupid to us because in the back of your mind, you already said that this ain't it. It's not because you're not. It's just not. The communication is not communicating. So, child, True gets in the truck. His sister, she ain't no good. Them little beady eyes she got, they cute, but she don't trust them eyes. It's in the eyes. And as a woman sister who has two kids that look like they by two different men, I'm just saying, I could tell you done been through some stuff yourself, sister. And it just seems like there's a girl code that you're not keeping up. You don't have to like her. It's fine. You already done told her she not his type. But we already know where that white girl thing come from. It's because his mama and him didn't have a good relationship. And he probably just didn't want to like no black women. So he tried something else. Blah, blah, blah. But you just sitting there grinning and just sitting over there just plotting on her, on him, with him, plotting with him on her. You ain't cool. You ain't cool. You are so not cool. And so her friend calls while her and True are in the car driving to this little piece of crap gym. What kind of gym is that? Child, look like some gym that would be, what kind of, in a barn? What is that? I don't even think the gym had no words on the building. It was just a building. That's probably because it probably was fake, huh, y'all? I'm thinking that. Y'all couldn't have rolled past, excuse me. Y'all couldn't have rolled past a Planet Fitness. Ain't that what it's called? So they in the car. So the homegirl calls. She just got through taking a nap. And she go, come to the gym. Okay, I'm with my brother. Come on down here. Okay, I'm coming. So True is excited, y'all. He is grinning. And I can't help but laugh when he smiles hard because he looked like a cute little kid. And so he gonna tell us that he was warned in prison that all the girls that you used to talk to, when you get out, they gonna be on your line. They gonna be on your line. They want to see what's up. So they get to this old little rinky dinky gym, and it ends when we hear the friend's voice. She walks through the door. She say what's up to her friend, and child, True grinning from ear to ear. So, honey, we can't wait to see what happens next week. But besties, that's the end of this recap. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment on what you thought about this episode. And I'll see you on the next recap. Talk to you soon. Bye, besties.